Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Don't worry, this is a still from earlier on today. Now I'm recording this video coming up to 5 o'clock in GMT time in the UK. And yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy day, especially if you play the game on Android. Now I woke up as normal, looked at my phone, tried to get on, couldn't get on the game. Saw this. And I was like, okay, this can't be good. So I thought, okay, I'll leave it be and I'll go to work and see what happens when I arrive at work and just try and log on. And nothing changed. So I thought, right, I'll check the forums and found no information. So I thought, right, okay, I'll check Twitter to see if there's anything. And I couldn't find anything on Twitter from Marvel Contested Champions kind of talking about what has gone on. I was like, man, this is dire. This is really bad. Something serious must have really happened with the game. And as the kind of day progressed of today, Friday, that I found less communication about what was going on, and I was trying to kind of instigate communication, and then it's kind of like occurred to me that Kabam must not run a 24-hour company, which is a bit disappointing, because if you think that if you had developers in, or a developer of great strength that was working overnight on a game of this magnitude and this I'd say, well, profitability in essence, that they would be able to cover the, I'd say, emergency mode for Android, or something with regards to an older game client that they could re-upload so we could then continue playing, even if saying like, oh, this is a safe mode, welcome to Marvel Contested Champions safe mode, or something of regards to like an emergency setup. And it's like business continuity 101. And you know, from my teachings and what I've learned from being a business manager, is that you have to have a backup plan. If one way has failed and you have nothing in place, then you have to think of an emergency, or have an emergency in place. And it is all about continuity, because you want to keep that consistency when you're out of hours. And that's the thing about it, they seem to be very much out of hours. So response time has been incredibly slow. So when I learned about the game going like not working, that was about 7 AM UK time. I think it only got restored about I'm going to say about 3:30 PM UK time. So we're looking at a significant gap of time before it was actually dealt with, which you just kind of go, a business of this size, like what is going on? They should be resourced to take care of this. I understand that people need to sleep, so therefore, yeah, fine, the Vancouver office and the Texas office, which we're actually dealing with the issue, should have been awake enough. It's a bit of a shame that the Texas office doesn't seem to be resourced enough to deal with the issue when they first hit it, and that was who, you know, were doing a lot of the communication work. So when I sent through an image, and we'll talk about this image in a minute, because someone photoshopped something in order to wind up the community, and it ain't cool. It ain't cool at all. So this was floating around. This image that was put around. This is a screen. Now a lot of people took this as being, you know, factual information. So what I did was I took this screenshot and I sent it to Kabam or Marvel Contested Champions on Twitter and said, look, you need to clarify what's going on. It looks like fake news. It looks like fake news. So as well, the spacing here, like Marvel Contested Champions, like it's like spaced oddly. Wood is a capital for some reason. W in wood is a capital. We'd like to apologise to all the summoner, so it's bad spelling as well, about the big problem today. That again, big problem. Like, I don't think they would use that terminology. We would like to inform you guys that the Android user will not be able to log into the game until 2017 6/7, right? I think they would have changed that around, so it should read as 06/07 2017 as well, like missing up the way that it's kind of like done like that. I'm pretty certain like Canada does it in the same way as America does with regards to datage. In the UK we would have put that 07/06 2017. We're trying to work hard to solve the problem, so as soon as we can. So it's like solve is a capital S, so it looks pretty much fake, and it is. It's photoshopped, it's faked. Maybe it's a paint job, whatever. Either way, this image went round and it wound up a lot of people, and that is not cool, but you know, I guess that happens. So as long as people realize that that was the case, and Kabam did acknowledge that. As you can see here, don't let fake Photoshop jobs get you concerned, Rich. Someone within the community is trying to have some fun with people. I understand that, but the question was, I've seen this going around at the moment, looks a bit fake. So I'm not saying it is fake, I'm just questioning whether or not it's fake. Marvel Contest Champions, can you please clarify? And obviously they did and said it was fake. And obviously I did the, you know, fake news type thing. But that's the real kind of like point. Communication. That's the next thing I want to get on to. Communication. Marvel Contest of Champions has a Facebook group of 715,000 people, with 703,000 of those people following. Now, at the moment, and this again, this is the time that I'm 5 o'clock UK time, and there's still no posts saying, just to let you know, guys, there is an issue with the game for Android users. And whoever was there getting that tweet profile and looking after the Twitter profile also should have had access to the social media profile, just to put out something to say, hey guys, look, there's an issue. Or the other thing is that if they, at the point of working on it, were able to then put a message on that, you know, login thing, so this image here, if they were able to alter this image here so that it said, to Android users, unfortunately there's a bit of an issue with the game, please stay tuned to social media for an update. Just communication, that is something that everybody needs on what's going on. And I think game companies sometimes, that's one of their biggest flaws. They like to say that they're very kind of in tune with community, they've got forums because then it kind of narrows things to people to give feedback, but communication is key. And I really think that maybe using social media a lot more would be beneficial. Granted, there's a lot of bullshit with people who just complain about not getting 4 stars out of Prem Crystals or not getting the champions that they want out of Crystals. But that's the thing. It's a game of luck. You don't go to a casino, put your money down and go, do you know what? I'm going to get black. It's red. Oh, shit. I knew I was going to get it. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, that's bullshit. That I want my money back. You know, it's just that's how it works. If you go to gamble, you go to potentially lose. So pretty best to think negatively, and if you get a positive, then hey, that's even better. So the turnaround time was about 2 hours from the point it was logged to the point that then it was then dealt with. But you have to ask a question like, I'm sort of happy with the game, but I have found that as an Android user that the performance of the device has not been good enough. There's been the targets have not been hitting correctly. I've not been able to kind of do something with combos into a special, and I know they have talked about this in like forum posts, but you know, you kind of go back to the days of prior to 12.0 and asking you the question like, did I need to change the game? Did the game need to be changed? If it's not broke, should you fix it? It's like, or Joe fix it. You just don't know. We don't know. If we had the game as it was then and now, would it be better? Would it be worse? Hard to tell, but it just does seem a lot of big changes have kind of not made for kind of smooth running. But there is a light silver lining in that for all Android users. Asking about calendar items and in-game rewards, we're discussing this concern as a team. We will keep you appraised. So this is basically Kabam addressing the issue about collecting rewards in the morning from the daily cards and also the calendar itself, because obviously that affects things. And also it doesn't say anything about compensation, because that would be the class of the third thing. It's a major issue, and it has affected half the community, or the community obviously that play Android and the others that play iOS. Some iOS users were actually affected as well. So then would you say that it's going to be kind of carted out to everybody? That is something they really have to do, and also they have to go through with it just to really kind of save face with the situation. The response time was not good. The communication was piss poor. Having a following as they did on social media, utilizing that tool as well as putting something out on the forums as well as other stuff, means that you need someone there 24/7 covering. A developer needs to be there covering, just so that they can do stuff of kind of a senior nature, like, okay, it's gone down, let's do this. That is the first time I've known the game to go down quite extensively and not being able to be put up just like that. it needs work, and I think that they need a little bit of a shuffle inside, and someone needs to get a rap on the knuckles. Or if not, one of the key managers needs to sit down and go, do you know what, guys, we need continuity. Let's sort something out. Let's work together as a team to get this sorted for our player base. And maybe listen to the community a bit more. Opinion polls, that's good as well. And utilising, like I said, social media for kind of communication. Apart from, obviously, the bullshit you get from people. Like, hey, I didn't get a 4-star out of a Prem Crystal. I got a terrible champion. Yeah, well, that's the usual stuff. But you have to filter through the shit to get the gold. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this video. It's just been my take on today and the issues at large. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and yeah, leave a comment below. Maybe round off and vent your frustrations, or maybe come up with a solution or kind of a problem that hasn't had a solution yet. Let's try and work together on something. If not, I think everyone's just going to be a little bit peed off. But anyway, catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye for now.